Hi, I'm Mrs. Silverfox.
And I'm Mr. Silverfox, and you're listening to the Silverfox Swingset,
A podcast where we document our continued experiences in our own personal lifestyle journey. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mrs. Silverfox.
And I'm Mr. Silverfox.
And welcome back to episode 4 of the Summer of Sexiness.
Wow. The end of the summer is here.
It snowed today.
It did.
Can we just say that?
It did.
Fuck Ohio. Whatever. It is what it is.
It'll probably be 70 next week.
I know. Yeah, we're wrapping up the Summer of Sexiness with some fun updates for freaking Hotober. My God. And we're gonna wrap up this season and this episode with something a little different that a bunch of our friends have requested. So we're going to try something new.
I'm excited about this.
I'm excited about it too.
I hope it goes over as well as we think it does. We're going to give it a shot.
People will let us know. You know, you can't please everybody. You're not a pizza.
So true. But we have had a lot of requests for it, so I'm really excited. So hang in there and hold on and wait for the surprise at the end.
Yeah, bear with us through all of the updating. Oh my gosh, we waited too long to do an episode. That's the problem. October was busy.
It was super busy.
Listen, there's certain holidays that when you get into the lifestyle, people will tell you, oh, that's a swinger holiday. Like it belongs to them exclusively. Namely, it's Halloween.
Halloween's a big one.
It's huge. It really is.
I don't know. Would you go out to say it's the biggest one we've been a part of so far?
Oh, absolutely.
I would have to say so,
and my
too.
favorite.
Yeah, definitely your favorite.
I love it. I do love it. I love costumes. I love the theatrics. I love mega parties. I love all the things. And everything was spaced out so nice that we wanted to do for Halloween that we really did. You know, I always say we want to be everywhere. We really did get to go everywhere.
But it kept us busy every single week.
This is our first Saturday night without some kind of event since, oh my God, I don't even know.
It's been months because we had weddings after weddings.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have a wedding, we tried to slip in, a lifestyle event, like when we went to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
And we dropped into Eros. That
was fun. The SD group put that together.
Yep, the Secret Desires of Ohio group put that together. We were in the group, so we made plans. We attended that. That was pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
It seems like every time we go there, our relationship comes out built in a different way. Errol seems to bring that out in us.
Honestly, and you know what? For a little bit, I was mad about that and thought, like, maybe that's not the place for us. But I don't think it's not the place for us. I think, honestly, in retrospect, every time, like, we learn a lot about each other there just because it's so unfamiliar. Mm-hmm. And it's, I don't know. I think the biggest thing I learned last time is I guess what I would call the sexual feng shui of the whole place. I didn't really see that until this visit. So now that I know that kind of the room, the amount of people in a space shifts based on the way the night is going, I'm going to utilize that to my advantage next time.
I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, you and I had a wonderful talk on the way home.
Yes.
And got things, some things happened in the night that were absolutely wonderful. Mm-hmm. We met up with some amazing people that we were really looking forward to seeing.
Oh my God, yes.
And
some of our SD buddies, like,
right.
We had a great Uber ride. The Uber driver, listen to that Uber driver. If you somehow come across our podcast, and I know you're vanilla and that's fine, and you hear my voice and you recognize it, I have to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I never, ever went on a vacation where I allowed my husband to put a squid or an octopus in any of the orifices on my body. And I lied to you about that.
And she's not a hooker. She's actually my wife.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a hooker. I was just dressed like one.
And to the couple that rode with us, I mean, you love us for a reason. We have a great time everywhere we go.
I would apologize.
Even in the car.
From the back seat, she said, "Oh my God, you guys are so fucked up."
Always have a great
but then
time.
when we got out of the Uber and he said to have a nice night, I yelled at him and I said something like, "You don't know my life, asshole," or "Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad, asshole." And as soon as that came out of my mouth, one of our friends from SD from the very front of the line was like, "Oh, silver foxes are here." So that was kind of awesome. I just loudly shout things wherever I go. I love that about me. I will not apologize. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. It was a cold night there that night, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was chilly.
But I had a great evening.
Yes.
Saw some amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a general, all in all, great time.
Yeah, I did have a good time. And it was really cool that, like, you know, the SD group was like, okay, like, it's too far between now and the hotel takeover. We have to get together sometime before. And just whipped it up. Like,
Sure.
We're just going to do this thing. We're going to take this thing. We're
Hey,
gonna
who's
take over
interested
a club.
in
Let's
going?
go. Yeah.
Like, this isn't a mobilized event. This is, hey, we want to go. If you want to join us, be there. Nothing more, nothing
was
less.
awesome.
And that was a good time.
I got gassed up so hard that night
Oh.
by that nice lady that listens to our podcast with her.
Oh, that
whole
was actually,
family.
that was
the first time we
phenomenal.
met them. Yeah.
Came
And she let me
outside.
touch her butt.
Sure.
And she
Oh.
said really nice things about listening to us in the shop. Oh, Lord have mercy. She's a nice lady. I like her.
That was a pretty humbling moment, to be honest, for me. For somebody to actually come up to us like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, she gassed me up pretty hard. I like her. She's
Yeah.
a sweet lady.
And so, what did we do after Cleveland?
What did we do after Cleveland? I don't even know. I did all the wedding things.
Well, I had
Weddings.
family weddings too, so my family ended wedding season,
Thank God.
and then we can transition into. Did we transition right into Euphoria?
Right into hoe season. You know that's right. Right into, yeah. Well, we had our anniversary.
We did.
And our anniversary actually fell on the Euphoria Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not pointing any fingers, not saying who, but somebody had a date that day that went really well. And we weren't even sure if we were going to go to the party because I thought for sure you'd be worn out.
I did have an amazing date that day.
And she's a wild bird. I thought you were going to be down for the count.
I came back and rallied.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a finally two machine.
Oh my God! Don't be so cocky. I'm just kidding. I like that about you.
I did have an amazing date. Gosh, what a wonderful person. Very glad to know them. So, looking forward to hanging out with them again.
Fucking Hallmark card.
You're the fortune cookie.
Here comes
We
the
all know
fortune
that.
cookie.
Yes.
I have a date with him on Tuesday. Gonna test the reinforcement of that fucking bed you broke while you were there. Anyways. So Euphoria had their hotel takeover, and some of these rooms, I can't all the things. So many things happened. What were we? Oh, you know what? We recycled costumes. Here it is.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not at Euphoria.
Not recycled at Euphoria, but recycled from, I think last year we did it for one of the 4 events we did last year. I was a state inmate, and you were a police officer.
Now, that romper, though,
Oh, my God.
fits you in a certain sort of way.
It does, with the beer belt and the cuffs hanging. It looks good.
Oh, the beer belt.
And also...
The beer belt actually made it to Arrows, too, in case you were wondering.
Listen, folks, we talked about maybe exploring the polyamory lifestyle. We're full in it now, and our third is my beer belt. And if anyone disrespects my one true love, I please don't make me threaten you with violence. I love her. She's valid.
I'm glad you guys have got things figured out between you.
I am too. And I know you're jealous of our love, so just shush.
Well, she does get to ride you more than me.
That is Wow. Rude. That is not true.
Not true by a long shot.
Ass. So, few things I learned from the Euphoria party. One, I have to eat before an event. Fun party. Really good night. I don't know if I got in a fight or if I had sex or both.
From my point of view, it was both.
Listen, I'm going to put this out here into the metaverse.
Before we get to that point, let's come back to your bullshit.
Okay. We're going to come back on my bullshit. I got it.
Yeah, I mean, we walked in. There was, let's start with when we got there.
Okay.
So we were outside talking, and that wonderful gal, we had mentioned her in a previous podcast as the genie, had rushed up and definitely welcomed me.
That flapper dress was cute as fuck.
Oh, right.
She was darling.
Absolutely.
And you know what, though? Later in the night, her husband fucking saved me from a very awkward situation just by reading the fucking room. Thank you. Thank you to guys out there that read a situation, see that it's uncomfortable, gently touch the arm of somebody you know, pull them over like you need to talk to them, and then just say, "You're welcome." Thank you for men like you.
I do
honestly.
think the world of him and her, they're both amazing people. I'm happy we know that.
Well, and we got yelled at on the way in for friends of ours who had listened to previous podcasts, and there were things that they wanted to, well, not they, she wanted to sass me a little bit about some things, which I let her.
Anything in particular?
What did she sass me about? I honestly don't remember. The whole night, such a blur that I remember the 4 stop signs at the 1 stop sign stop from the passenger seat. That's what I remember.
So the real premise behind that night was more or less whatever you wanted to do,
Which I didn't know.
Well, you kind of did, but 15 beers has a tendency to sidetrack you.
15 beers and no food. So, whatever. I got in a fuck fight. It was amazing. And here, we're coming back on my bullshit because I'm making this announcement. Euphoria Halloween party. Freddy Krueger. Ma'am. If you are out there in the world listening to random podcasts and this is the one you stumble upon, you and I got in the most glorious fuck fight on Halloween, and I would love for you to get a hold of me, and I would love to fuck fight you again. It is.
Quite a call out.
There it is.
But having witnessed said activity firsthand, that was some of the hottest, glorious sex I've seen come from you. Now, I don't want to take away from previous experiences because this was something completely different.
Completely different.
Other ones are, I don't have like a number one. This is just on the champion level of things that I've witnessed. And
well,
you really elevated it.
The problem.
Problem.
Not the problem. There
wasn't enough room, and we were in a giant playroom.
I needed a padded room because that bitch made me crazy. The problem is that I tried to dom her into a position I wanted her in, and she laughed at me in like a spicy little way and was like, "Oh, you just come into a room with a girl and you think you're the boss?" And that was a very hold my beer belt situation.
It was a power struggle.
We really just tried to out-dom each other for I know it was at least an hour. I felt it in my thighs the next day. Fuck. I can't think about that too long. Things are going to get... I'm going to just confess my love for Freddy Krueger.
We reached out a couple different ways to see if we can
we tried.
Reestablish contact because we forgot to exchange numbers. But, hopefully we run into them again.
I'll remember those fucking eyes anywhere.
Excuse me.
I'll find her.
Yes.
I'll fucking find her. So, also, I have in my little show notes here something worth mentioning. Part of me really apologized for being so drunk. It got so bad that on the way home, Mr. Silverfox literally said to me, "Babe, You are so drunk and annoying. Please shut the fuck up. I didn't, but it's,
No,
it's
you
just,
seriously kept talking.
I really did. That's all I do. Although, when we got home, I did butt stuff. So it's like, part of me is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot to eat and got so drunk. And the other part of me is like, you're fucking welcome. So.
It really made that car ride tolerable.
Yeah. I mean, who even remembers everything else, right?
I mean, what car ride?
Right. We
Yeah.
were in a car.
I'm definitely moving forward.
Only thing I remember being in is your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, what an ending to that night. Jesus.
Oh, I'm a wild goose. Anyways, so what'd we do next? So after that, we did Princeton. Oh my God, yes. Huge mega party.
So in the week leading up to it, though, there was a lot of things that were out of balance
Oh my.
heading into that.
All right. Story time.
Sure. So, do you
All
want to
right.
go into this or me?
Do you? Okay, so a month before Halloween, we made plans with, you guys have heard about them before, our first draft picks. We love them. They're two of our closest friends. They were going to have kind of a get together and everyone was going to ride together, and be safe and blah, blah, blah. And then be in the same house together at the end of the night and whatever. Anyways, all these things, all these plans were set in motion a month in advance and it's all squared away. And the Monday before that weekend, they were involved in a terrible motorcycle accident. And so everyone that's already in this group message discussing the party is now in this group message asking how everyone is and double checking on how they're doing. And, they were in the and we're lucky that they're even here. And I'm not going to get all weird and emotional and Hallmark card it and whatever, but we're fucking lucky they're still here.
I would say we're more than lucky.
at the core of all of it, it's amazing they survived what they did. But beyond that, they spent 3 or 4 days in the hospital. There were stitches, broken ribs, emergency surgeries, screws, rods, pins. There's a wheelchair, all of these things. And the day they got out of the hospital, they made sure to message everybody in the group and say, we still want you guys to come hang out. We still want to host you. We still want to feed you. We still want to love you. Absolutely, that's how selfless these people are. So,
oh my God!
But it gets better. We show up to, their house to get ready, and they are both getting ready. Her in a wheelchair with a table set up in her kitchen doing her makeup, and him hobbling around with broken ribs. And the reason they gave was that they had so many people reach out from the lifestyle, from Princeton, that they weren't going to not go because they wanted to say thank you to those people. That's how fucking awesome these people are.
Oh my God.
I love them so much. It's stupid.
I can't say enough about them.
Same.
They've been on our show so much, but that's just kind of people we want to surround ourselves with,
too. These are exactly the kind of people that I envisioned myself being friends with when I said, we need new friends that mean something.
Right.
These are those people. And I'll tell you what's better. And here's a big thing that is so humbling in the lifestyle is that when SD heard about what had happened with them, because they've been to SD events, we all know each other, we all hang out, we've been in the same circles, whatever. When SD found out what had happened, they always do a 50-50 at their hotel parties. Mm-hmm. And the instant they found out that something had happened to them, that 50-50 became something for them. And it's just that sense of community tells me I'm doing exactly what I wanted to be doing.
Well, and those two friends, Mr. and Mrs. Desires, very close to us as well. Again, people we wanted to surround ourselves with. Just amazing, amazing people.
Perfect examples of everything we wanted from the friendships we were seeking.
And I don't want to say that this is exclusive to us, because through those people we've met everyone else around us, because they have taken us to places, have events on their own, and introduce us to everyone else. But these are the people that we met closest, and I thought, damn, when we put things in perspective, mostly when you put them in perspective to me, like, holy cow, we have some amazing people in our lives.
Well, and honestly, it all goes back to that first Euphoria party we went to. We met. And we found out over this past weekend that we actually met two of our other friends there that we talk about on tons of our episodes. That's where we met them too. Like, if we really go back, I mean, we owe Euphoria so much for what?
For one night.
For one fucking night.
Right.
Where almost everyone we met are still close friends today.
And where we kind of branched out from.
Yes.
From there. And it started to tie to, Indiana and Pennsylvania. And it's just been, wow, amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through that one evening. So, incredible people again.
Yes. So now that we're done gushing over how majestic they are, fuck, I love them.
I do too.
So we go to the club. She has a wheelchair. And we get into the club fine. And the night is fucking awesome. And I'm going to skip a little bit backwards and forwards in this because I do want to mention how much of a badass I can be sometimes. So after the first round of the costume contest went through, she was ready to go because she's in a fucking wheelchair. She's uncomfortable. And he found me and was like, we got to get her out of here. So I had to take off my latex boots, and I got to carry a wheelchair with a woman in it up a small flight of stairs, and I felt really hot doing that.
You were hot.
You weren't even there.
Well, I know what those boots look
you
like.
You fucking asshole. I'm specifically talking about the stairs, but I did feel sexy that night.
I didn't get to see the said event.
No, you would have been helping if you were there, but we got her out. We got them home safe. We put them to bed and cozied them up and all of that. But
I did get to feel super special carrying her leg all the way up the stairs.
She did let you carry her leg gently.
Right. Like, that trust was super meaningful. Like, I'll hold your leg
all
for
day.
Sure. Like,
I fucking love them. So, fun thing that happened at Princeton, which is also a little embarrassing. I'm going to tell this costume story.
Oh, are you going to tell that?
I am going to tell it. And I'm going to tell it.
Well, first, what were we?
What? Oh, yeah. So we were Lara Croft and Indiana Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Oh, shit. We were out there raiding tombs. It is what it is.
Exciting because our costumes went together and people got it.
And people did get it, and that was a great feeling. People never get our costumes because I try to out-clever the world.
Well, the convict and police officer was
and difficult. That was, and everybody was that.
At that party, there was quite a few.
There was like 12 other convicts and a billion police officers. So at one point in the night, mind you, of course, hello, it's me, I'm drunk. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. I do not own the license to that song. I should mention that. So the DJ is doing the awards for costumes, and he's on the microphone and he's yelling for Laura. Okay. So many of you have already put this together, but at this point in the night, I was not putting it together. And I had just come back in from the smoking area and literally bumped into the DJ and was like, oh, sorry. And he was like, yes, Laura, hello, you. And I said, me, what? And he said, you won sexiest costume, and handed me a trophy, a little golden skeleton. And for a minute, I was like a beauty queen on Miss America with my hand over my mouth, like, oh my God, I never win anything. World peace. Well, then I looked at the trophy.
I'd like to thank my husband.
For absolutely nothing.
Where is he?
So I thanked him, and I look at my trophy, and the sticker on it says scariest costume. And I said, bro, this says scariest, not sexiest. He was like, yeah, the printer fucked up. I'm like, no. Like,
so, like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So it was vocalized to the whole club. There was plenty of witnesses that I won sexiest contest. But when I got home, I pulled that sticker off and put that skeleton on the mantle.
And there it sits.
And there, it looks so badass up there, though.
It does. I love it. It's right next to our one of our favorite pictures of you and I.
Yeah.
That's carved in the crystal.
And just underneath the Eye of Sauron. I love that.
Princeton.
It looks
Sexiest
good there.
costume. It goes with the important stuff.
One of the most important days of my life. When you married your husband? No, when I won sexiest contest at Princeton. Oh my
Star
God.
Rabbit.
And we had a fun night that night. We got to play with people that, you know, we've played with before. And it's, I get it. Not trying to fill your dance card, but knowing people who were going, that made the night so much less stressful for me. Knowing people that were going to be there, people that might want to play. So that worked out great for me. I got to reconnect with the bull from the house party.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. I wish his wife would have came with us. I know she's not gay, but I just want her to be my adorable freckled girlfriend, and we can like make cookies together or something. I don't know what that looks like.
It doesn't sound like she's into that.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
She's got what is it? Hovember coming up.
Yeah, it's Hovember right now.
Yeah.
She's in the middle of Hovember.
He's such a nice guy.
She's busy. And yes, he's wonderful.
The stories he comes at me with.
I swear, he's
I really
so
like
funny.
that guy, to be honest.
You know, I gotta say, like, I hate to toot my own horn. I really don't, though. Like, everyone knows I've been with more women than men since we've started this journey, and honestly in my whole life in general I've been with more women than men, and a lot of people were shocked I married a man, but it is what it is. But the men that I do find myself really sexually drawn to, that I will not just fuck once but go back and revisit, like, they're bros, they're cool, they're guys that you can hang out with, I can hang out with if things get awkward. If somebody sneezes on somebody during sex, it's not going to bring the whole world crashing down. Like, I tend to gravitate towards bros, like guys I can hang out with that are cool.
I think that's important.
I like
because,
that.
we wanted the reoccurring friendships. We
Yes.
wanted the friendship beyond the bedroom as well. And I think we do a pretty good job, trying to continue that as much as we can. Not every relationship's going to be a success. Not everyone's going to be a failure.
Sure.
But, I think we do a pretty good job trying.
So what'd we do after that? The weekend, the very next weekend was SD.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they came 3 in a row.
Oh, and you know what? My very first note about SD, I want to go back, come back with me to Euphoria for a minute.
I'm rewinding with you.
Where one of the hottest women we know in the lifestyle.
Oh.
And her mega hot, amazing husband, that I'm saying that about in past tense at Euphoria.
Okay. I think we need to talk about said incident that took place at Euphoria.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. So,
all right, we're rewinding back. A week before Princeton.
My cooler was behind a gentleman that we know through the lifestyle.
Awesome guy.
We've talked about his wife before. She is a wonderful dancer, and Mr. Silverfox gets all
tongue-tied, maybe,
when he talks about her.
I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous.
Oh my God!
Let's be real.
Don't get me started.
And she's
I already know.
So intelligent and a wonderful conversationalist, and
such an advocate for so many things.
I
respect the hell out of her.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would make her my wife.
Fair enough.
So my cooler was against a wall behind where he was standing, and he was talking to a nice lady, and it looked like I was butting in because I walked right over to them and had to kind of, in my boots, squat down to grab my beer in the cooler behind him. And I said, as I did these said squats. I'm not trying to cock block. I'm not trying to step on your toes, but my cooler is right behind you. I'm just going to come down and grab a couple beers. He said, okay, fine. As I was walking away, the gal that he was talking to, I mean, if you ask me, I was a great wingman and told her about how wonderful his dick was and how thoughtful he was and what a great guy he was, and not in like a weird. I wasn't to a point of annoying drunk at that point. I was just being helpful.
I thought you did a great job. I was
really
right there with you.
I wingman pretty hard, and he thanked me for it.
Absolutely.
And said,
I'm surprised the couple didn't thank us.
I owe you one. Fast forward to SD.
So, big deal before SD, though. Big deal. We should probably, couple things before we get to SD, because as we roll into SD, there was a few things that took place in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Some, I'd say, pretty big steps took place.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we should talk about that.
I don't know. We should probably throw that out there.
Yeah, we should.
How about I just say in my exploration in the polyamory community, I have met a very special woman in my life. Mm-hmm. And we've since grown to know each other's families and come a long ways. Well, we had been on several dates, been over quite a few times, all the way leading up to this point. And you had reached out to her because, of course, you two have become friends at this point.
She's amazing. And
hang out and text each other, whatever. It's totally awesome. What an amazing relationship.
Yes, I'm loving everything that's all of that.
So you had reached out to her right before SD, and what did you do?
Yeah, so I guess as we got closer to SD, I thought I didn't know why we hadn't invited her. Just, I guess I hadn't really thought about it. I thought if you wanted to invite her that you would, and then I wondered maybe he hasn't brought up inviting her because I haven't brought up inviting her. So I asked, can we invite your girlfriend to SD? And, if she's available, then it'd be awesome to have her and introduce her to people and for people to hear her laugh and for people to see her face. She's fucking cute as a button. She's hilarious. More people need to know who she is. She's awesome. And yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that you maybe wouldn't invite her because you were considering my feelings, but
that was definitely part of it.
I'm glad I brought that up.
I didn't want to ask to make it seem like, we're the Silver Foxes. We're 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
when we go places, and so
she's special though.
She is very special,
she really
but at the
is.
same time, you're the love of my life.
Yeah.
So
and I respect that.
I like to
and
show
I love
out
that.
with you
Yeah.
at events. So that was something I didn't want to approach yet, or maybe wasn't ready to approach as far as like, hey, can we bring her? Because I didn't talk to her. There was a lot of things. The time was coming up quick.
Sure.
So I don't know. Just seemed like it would maybe be too rushed for me. So I'm kind of glad you took the lead on it.
Yeah, it was just kind of I thought, why haven't we invited her? Why haven't we said anything about that? And I'm glad I brought it up. I mean, I had a wonderful time.
Well, then it came up to the point was introductions, because this will be the first time that, we're introducing ourselves with someone in this relationship.
She brought her husband.
Correct.
And it was our first time meeting him.
Right.
So yeah, there was a huge conversation. And one thing that I have to give you credit for is that as we're kind of, making this journey, you listened to another podcast and asked me how I felt about your relationship with her, and that if I felt one way or the other, whether any part of that relationship was crossing a boundary. And, my answer to that was no. I adore her, and not like one of the most amazing marriage tips I could give anyone is like give your husband the freedom to find something in someone else. And that doesn't necessarily have to be love or sex or it doesn't have to be one specific thing, but she does so much for our relationship where if I'm working a night or if I just don't feel like being close to you or if I, any of those everyday, even vanilla marriage things that people don't really think about, it's like if I don't even know how to describe it. Like one of the biggest things for me is that if I don't feel like being intimate or if I am not in a place where I can be intimate, instead of me feeling like I'm rejecting you, like you have another outlet to show someone, not just physically, but like I've seen you kind of cuddle up together, and I'm not a cuddly person. Sometimes I am, but for the most part, that's not my style. So it's like, I see you kind of cuddling up with her and it's like, okay, you don't have to feel a rejection from someone saying, no, you can't have that. Instead, you can have that with someone else. And I don't feel threatened by that. And I don't feel resentful of that. And I don't know. I don't feel any kind of negative way about that at all. And, I know there's room for me to feel other ways. And there's been times where I thought, he doesn't want to talk to me. He's talking to her. But then I really kind of talk myself through it. Like, that's not true. You're kind of closed off. You're in a room by yourself. You're seeking solitude. So it's like, there's no real negative feeling I have towards any aspect of what she brings to our lives at all. Right. So far, she's only been a positive, and she's such a bright light anyway that it's like, it's hard to even think about being mad at her for something. So,
and the ability for you two to connect together without me is amazing from my point of view.
Yeah, we did have a road trip.
Yeah, and you guys text as well.
Yeah,
so,
we text, we snap, we do that.
I think, to me, that's the most important because it's not just selfish to me, the relationship. It adds something to all of us.
Yeah, no, for sure. I adore her.
So the big conversation was back and forth for me was, how would you like me to introduce you to other people? You're more meaningful than just a friend. Like, hey, this is my friend.
Right. Like special friend sounds so condescending.
Right.
I was so glad the first time I heard you say girlfriend.
Sure. But I did ask because, it was going to be the first time I met her husband. And will he be comfortable with that introduction? I know that we had agreed that would be an okay introduction for each other when we're out together, absent our spouses. But how would it be with our spouses?
Right.
And that led to a very healthy discussion, not from just yours and mine and hers and mine, but her and her husband too. She had shared that was, a great conversation that they had because we had to discuss, okay, when you go to an event, do you have different rules?
Right.
Because, this is your and mine's relationship outside of stuff we do, but now we're going to an event or we're going to a club, does that change with your spouse?
Right.
How are we to interact with each other? Is he exclusive to you? Are you exclusive to him? And then, just kind of like, it was easy to see how maybe things can get kind of hairy.
Yeah, sure.
Real quick in a situation if people had expectations because there's something different outside of events.
Right. Or, event-specific rules. And I think that presents an opportunity for a minefield.
Right.
And honestly, I feel like the four of us together separately, the separate couples, you and her, you and me, we all navigated it pretty well, where all we really did was just ask how everyone felt about labels. How important
Right.
are labels? What do those look like for you? What are the boundaries of those? So, I mean, I think it worked out great. And I think it's darling when, like, hearing you call her your girlfriend is, I love that. That's cute. I call her that too. And shit, I started calling my side piece my unboyfriend because,
Unboyfriend.
well, when he heard
Okay.
that you guys had titles and that she got to be a girlfriend, he's like, Jesus, all I am is a side piece. And I was like, well, no, you're not really that. And then a couple days later, he said something to the effect of that I was his very merry ungirlfriend. Unboyfriend is cute and Alice in Wonderlandy, and it's more my style.
I'd say it's more your style
Yeah.
for sure. That night was great. That was Friday night,
Yeah, that was
which was
fun.
the meet and greet night, which was the only night they could come. So
I wish they would have came both nights.
I wish they would have.
I had so much fun.
Oh my God.
So now let's circle back on the story from Euphoria to the SD to an announcement. My previous arch nemesis, who I'm going to let off the hook here, but he still...
Wait, we're dropping somebody off the list?
Now, hang on.
Okay.
He still owes me a pickle pizza
Facts.
and an opportunity for his wife to look at my shaved asshole. But he is off of the arch nemesis list because I have a new arch nemesis. Nemesis? That's not a word. Nemesis. A new arch nemesis.
Newly acquired.
Brand new.
Now, I don't. Again, here's another one I don't share that with.
And that's fine.
You know,
I wake up every day and choose violence.
it seems like there's one commonality amongst arch nemesis and us. You.
Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Let me paint a picture for you folks here. I am literally kinetic energy in transit to a couple's bedroom with them. And my little buddy from Euphoria stops us. It wasn't necessary. All the groundwork was already laid. We were already on our way to their room to do the things.
But wait a second, though.
But wait, here comes my old friend from Euphoria.
It's time to repay some favors.
And he said, hey, I see you're headed off with my friend, Mrs. Silverfox. Let me tell you something about Mrs. Silverfox.
Run that game.
And he looked at me and gave me a little wink as if to say, remember, I owe you one. He then proceeds to tell this beautiful redhead that if she should lie down with me, she will be swollen in the morning. Okay, we can deal with that. That's okay. It's not a beautiful description, but wait, he's not done. He went on and said
He needed more?
he needed more. He said, when you wake up tomorrow, it will burn
Oh.
when you pee.
Oh my God.
So this couple looks at me, about faces, and just fucking walks away. As I'm standing there looking at this guy like, bro, stop. Why would you say that? And he's laughing like, this is the most hilarious thing that's ever happened. Granted, we're drinking a lot at this point.
It's super funny, the burning when pee.
Super funny.
Hilarious.
Super funny that
I
you...
can imagine how happy.
Yeah. Super funny and super wingman goose of you to insinuate that I'm going to give this woman an STD. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So that man, and he knows who he is my new arch nemesis. And I'm not even sure, like my last arch nemesis, I secretly kind of like him. And once he gets me the pizza and the opportunity for the asshole thing, water under the bridge. This fucking guy, I don't even know what he can do to remove himself from this list pending someone does something worse. So, I mean, Oh, that'll play out. That'll play out as it may.
I did save from a moment where he was heading out to the smoke tent and you were out there and I was in the lobby.
Oh, he was going to catch these hands.
And I was like, why don't you hang on a second?
Yeah.
Before you go out there, you know, Mrs. kind of told me about the wingman thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure you should go out there at the moment.
Maybe it was in Spain. So, yeah. So there's that.
I don't know. I still like him. I'm sorry. He's your arch
Honestly,
nemesis. But I mean, I completely understand. Swollen and full of
and let me be
burning
real clear.
STDs. Sounds amazing.
His missus is not a part of this.
No.
I am still one of her biggest fangirls.
Yep.
And she is not involved in the fuckery that is her husband's ridiculous mouth running.
She is still one of the most amazing people on earth.
Amen. Love her.
Can't get away from that.
I follow her everywhere.
I throw likes.
All day long. All day long. Oh, I'm double clicking them posts. She on Insta too. I'm hearting those posts, baby.
Uh-huh. So, picked up that there.
Yeah, so there's that.
And Friday night, let's see, you ran off with them.
I did.
And my girlfriend's husband wound up not feeling well at the end of the night.
Which makes me feel better because I was honestly flirting with him and I thought he just thought I was annoying. I mean, I am annoying, but I mean, he looked like a human fucking Stretch Armstrong.
I guess the finishing each other's sentences things.
Oh my God, you guys are so much
surprised.
alike. I'm not either
surprised.
because her and I are so similar.
Oh God, yes.
Like when I really learned about her and said, you have a type, I was not joking. Like her and I are so stupidly similar. So when you guys were saying the exact same thing at the exact same time, I wasn't that surprised, but like I was surprised he looked as good as he did. I don't know why.
Why?
Well, because he, like, ladies, picture human Stretch Armstrong.
She's beautiful, though.
I mean, she is fucking gorgeous. Yeah, we've established that. But, like, I don't know how I pictured him, but human Stretch Armstrong was not it. I wanted to pull on his wrists and do the little pretzel thing where you... Whatever. He's a babe. I said it.
There it is.
You heard. You heard.
So, let's see.
So, yeah, then Saturday was the costume contest.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I know, we recycled. We did Laura and Indy because I thought for sure we were going to win. But no. There was a way better costume.
I think we were 5 weeks in a row that were lifestyle related.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And then we were months behind that wedding and a few lifestyle related.
Yes.
And it was the weekend before, you know, we knew we were going to take this one off to a podcast and just chill and relax at home.
And see our girlfriends and very merry young boyfriends.
And so, I don't know. It was a great night for us, but I don't think we had that normal high energy.
Yeah, that energy.
You know?
I was so wore out.
I was.
Well, and Saturday,
yeah.
Saturday, it was like the whole month just kind of caught up with me. And I was just so tired.
Right.
Well, and because here it comes again, big shock that every time there is a hotel takeover, I'm biologically indisposed. I just felt like the biggest, most tired, grumpiest pile of garbage.
We really didn't drink that weekend.
No, not as I didn't go hard in the paint like I usually do.
I didn't really drink. Well, Saturday I drank the most, and I think I had 5 beers. And Friday I didn't really drink at all. Of course, I was very busy with my girlfriend.
Oh my God, you guys were so busy. I was busy too, but you were extra busy.
She's such a nice lady.
She's a little nympho. I've said that to you before. And the first time I said it, you were like, oh, no, she's not. I'm like, come on, babe. Like, I love her for that. Don't be, why are you mad? I love that about her for you.
I definitely take that one in stride.
Yeah, now you're just like, yeah, you're right. She's a nympho. I know.
I mean, I guess that kind of qualifies me somewhere in that category.
Oh my, honestly, you have a very, very high sex drive.
Thank you.
It's a lot.
Is it?
It's a lot. I mean, obviously, I literally pushed you to have a girlfriend because your sex drive is too fucking severe for me. I can't keep up. It's wild.
Well, I appreciate that.
I appreciate you being a rock star and for forgiving me for not not being the machine that you are. So yeah, we're gonna take a couple weeks off and kind of relax and
plan our December out.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, we got holidays coming up here at the house.
Well, now it's hotel party season again.
Yep.
So it's like the Summer of Sexiness instantly goes into, oh, hey, hotel takeover season, which I love. And I want to try. I've heard about a couple of other places that I want to check out. Not just like hotel takeovers, but there's a couple clubs I want to check out.
I heard DJs.
Yes, I want to know more about DJs. I want to go there. I want to go to there. Lots of our sexy friends go there. And I feel like I don't know enough about it.
I want to give it a shot.
Yeah.
There's a group that I'm involved with, and they're two great friends of ours. I want to get involved in something with that group specifically.
Yeah.
If they have a takeover or, some kind of event. I'd like to see if we can get a hold of them and get that figured out.
Also, we need to schedule our next interview.
We do.
We got to get that together.
We do. Well, we had something lined up, but of course something came up.
Yeah, we have a couple of things in the works for that. But also, if you are fun and spicy and you want to hang out and drink some drinks and let us ask you questions and obviously show us your boobs, message us.
So, since we're on the subject of unboyfriends and girlfriends, where's TikTok taking you? I mean, it
TikTok
sounds like we're taking another turn here.
So TikTok has me in a weird place. I also would
TikTok gets me in a weird place sometimes too. Like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, what algorithm figured me out and made me watch whatever
this person's making me feel some sort of way.
Yeah. So I also I would love to have a girlfriend as well. Not just because you have one, but, because I want one anyway. But I'm not sure what exactly I'm looking for. But TikTok seems to think that I really want to be with a masked lesbian.
I don't know.
I don't know if they would accept me being married to a man.
I don't know. I think there's been potential people in your life that, if they were perhaps closer, would be.
Yeah, distance is
I don't see masculinity through them, but you can see where they have.
But they know their shit.
Right. I don't know. I think it'll be I think it'll come when it comes for you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what the right type is. I want female closeness that's just mine.
Like, oh, okay.
Not to be rude.
Okay, completely separate from your and my relationship.
I think so.
I don't know. My relationship's different. It's open. It's open if it needs to get open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The window's there, opportunity or any interest arises. But I respect that. If you want to have, I don't know, does that make that person more monogamous, or does that make that a lifestyle person?
And that's where I kind of don't know.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Where it, like, I love female closeness. I love all of everything that comes with being with a woman, the way they smell and the way that, you love women too. I don't know what that looks like for me yet.
Gotcha.
But that's something I want.
That's awesome.
That I'm interested in.
I hope I don't like her.
You can cuck.
Okay.
We can soft swap. You can have sex with me. Maybe she'll like you too. I don't know. It's all.
Well,
she's just imaginary right now.
Right. Navigating all that is has definitely been a challenge, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a challenge. It's been
a journey.
It's been a journey of communication and clarity
And understanding cohesion.
Oh, gosh.
Comprehension. Yeah, I think just the relationship that you're experiencing right now has brought a different level of communication to our relationship that we never needed before because we didn't have to utilize it for anything.
Right.
And being able to have those conversations, I think, is huge. And
well, admitting when I'm having trouble to the both of you is, I think, a big step in everything, because I had openly admitted at one point, like, hey, I'm having a difficult time balancing, you know, like, hey, can I have her around when you're home?
Yeah.
You know, is it too much? Is it too little? And then, of course, asking that of the other person, might taking too much away from your home? Or you know, where are you at? So having those conversations it's been easy to see how something can get overlooked.
Yeah.
If you aren't that open.
Yeah.
You know, so that's been the most important thing to me.
And honestly, I feel like, you know, if I had to pick from a lineup the perfect candidate for, you know, polyamorous exploring and being communicative about relationship issues and how everybody feels and making sure everyone's on the same page. I mean, you're an excellent communicator. You really are the perfect candidate for that. So I'm very blessed in the relationship that we already have and the person that you already are, that you think about things that, like when you asked me if I felt like your relationship with her was crossing any boundaries, I hadn't even considered that, because it wasn't something that, it just wasn't something I had to consider. So when you brought it up, I feel like I'm blessed that you would bring something up that my brain hadn't even registered or processed yet.
Sure.
And that you were so willing, and you're always telling me, like, if you feel like this relationship crosses a line, you and I are the most important thing, I will walk away from this other thing. Not that I would ask you to do that, because as I said, I adore her. I love what she provides to you, what she provides to our relationship together, who she is as a person, and honestly, what she provides for our whole family. I mean, our kid loves her too. It's like, I couldn't ask for a better partner to explore this with, and I couldn't have picked a better partner for you to bring in than her. Like, she just fits in a lot of ways.
So with saying that, do you want your girlfriend to maybe, you know, in your mind, join you in that capacity, or is your girlfriend away from home?
I don't know.
Because if you want to be selfish, how far does the selfishness go?
Well, and that's the thing, is that I'm
just curious, like, where do you fantasize about?
The problem is that I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because that emotional disconnect that I have from sex and from most people keeps me from considering what that might look like.
Okay.
So I can't even fathom what it might look like, or like that. I might already have that relationship with someone and not know it, because my emotions don't work like that. I don't want to say that I'm cold. I don't feel like a lot of other people do. I have a very clear line between emotion and sex, and I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand.
I don't know about a lot of people.
Not a lot of people, and in the lifestyle, more people are willing to respect and understand that.
I'll give you that. Out in the world in general. Okay, fair enough.
But,
fair enough.
Know, where I am looking for maybe a consistent girlfriend, I feel like someone that could be that person might feel a lot more before I feel it. Mm-hmm. Like, my emotional connection with someone, and the only good example I have is with you, it wasn't built on, not to say these things didn't exist, but it wasn't built on physical chemistry. It wasn't built on financial security. It wasn't built on all of the main like building blocks that people build relationships on. I feel like me loving you, me being in love with you, my bond and my connection with you, all of that was not formed through all of the things that happen at the beginning of a relationship, but it's a culmination of the hardest times we've been through that we don't remember.
Right.
Like the darkest parts of our, 13 or 14 year history together.
14 years, wow.
Right. Like the comprehensive list of shit that we have been through as a couple is what makes me really love you and what makes me feel like I'm in love with you, is that all those things.
Right.
Not all the other stuff that people.
Did you just write me a Hallmark card?
Maybe kinda. Does that make sense though?
Yeah, I'm going to give you your fortune cookie then.
Okay.
You're the lock to my key.
Did you steal that from a Netflix show? Come on, man.
No, I tell you that all the time. You know
that. No, it's just like for me, sex and emotion is very separate, and loving someone and really caring about someone and being in love with someone, for me, I've only felt that once with you, and it's from all the little shit that we've been through on the way.
Right.
You know, stuff as stupid as, hey, remember when the kid went face first into the coffee table? Like that
Oh my
stuff.
God, yeah.
Like that is the stuff that makes me love you. It's not the other fluffy relationship shit and all the pheromones that come with coming when you fuck someone. Like, it's not that. It's not. I mean, that adds to it, but
right.
For me, it's not that. I feel differently than other people. I'm not like other girls. I'm built different.
You're not for everyone.
I'm not for everyone. That's true.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, with that said, that's the end of our Halloween hortivities, I feel like.
Yeah, we went to bed that night early on Saturday night at SD, so.
Yeah, and we woke up kind of early.
Yeah, we did.
And we ditched.
We did, like we normally do.
Yeah, I had to work.
We're elusive.
Whatever. It is what
I came home and slept.
Oh, fuck off.
It's usually the other way around.
I know.
So, swinging forward.
Yeah, swinging forward. I don't, honestly, this is going to be another one of those episodes where I say, I'm kind of happy doing what we're doing. I like where we're at. I like what we're exploring. I like that I want to do. I'm taking applications for a girlfriend.
I don't know. You just seem to pull hot babes after hot babes. Oh, God, they're so beautiful.
Listen, there's a meme somewhere out in the metaverse that says...
But there's definitely some very close women to you in your lifestyle.
Oh, no, that's true. But I think when you find a man or a woman that eats pussy for their own pleasure... That's a dangerous kind of person, and I am that dangerous kind of person.
You are.
So
I love that for us and you.
I love that for whoever she is, because...
And her.
You're welcome, ma'am. Ma'am. Madam. Tip's hat. Fluff's feather.
So, for me, swinging forward, if you're going to keep it neutral...
Yeah.
I'm too equally satisfied where we're at the moment.
Yeah.
But... I do want to check out DJs.
Yes.
I want to check that club out.
Yep.
Pretty bad. I want to get with a couple of our groups and, hang out, of course.
Yes. I want to get you to Champagne.
I do want to get to Champagne.
I have to take you there. It's beautiful. You'd love it.
I do want to go to Champagne for sure. I know this is going to come as a surprise in this moment. But I want to think about next summer, considering possibly having a night with the Silver Fox Drive-In.
Drive-In?
I want to look into renting a drive-in theater for a night and having a night with the Silver Foxes.
That would be so hot.
People could bring their cars,
People could bring
air
all the
mattresses,
things.
watch whatever.
Oh my God, where would we go? Yeah.
I don't know.
We should
I don't
do
know.
that.
Like, it sounds amazingly hot in my mind.
Confession, I've never been to a drive-in in my whole life for anything. I would love if my first experience was with swingers. Yes. Write
It'd
it
be
down.
neat to see how, if this plays out, how inventive people could get
Yeah.
to, where are we going to play, and, everything being outside. Does somebody bring an air mattress? Like my truck, originally came with camper tents, that you could put in the back with a mattress and
That's
stuff.
true.
I don't know. To me, it sounds hot, just banging in cars like a teenager. Like, I know it's terrible, but it sounds amazing
I love
to me.
it.
But I don't know. I had this idea, like a night in with the Silver Foxes.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Weed. Yes.
So
10 out
considering
of 10
that, considering
would eat that ass.
So that's something maybe if listeners want to reach out to us, let's tell everybody.
Yeah, do you want to drive in? Let's talk.
Yeah, do you have a drive-in or know somebody that does, that maybe consider a private evening?
I'll suck your dick.
Maybe.
Maybe I will.
Maybe. I mean, that's not, maybe not for everyone.
Yeah, that might be false advertisement. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I get ahead of myself.
So you can reach out to us at silverfoxswingset@gmail.com if you would like to have a discretional conversation with us. We read all of our emails. Let's see, where else can they reach out to us?
I'm silverfox79 on Cassidy and Swing Towns.
I'm also silverfox79 on SLS and Swinger Zone Central. You can reach out to us there.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do we have for this evening planned?
I want to wrap up this episode with
We've had quite a few of these requests.
Yeah, with something that people have requested, and we just keep saying we're going to do it. So this seems like a perfect opportunity to just do the thing. We're going to try something new. Story time with the Silver Foxes.
I think we get a fair amount of compliments. Mostly people compliment you to me about how wonderful you sound. And
Thank you.
Let's see, one of my favorite comments was you could read a phone book to us and we would listen to both of you. So
The same woman who said that told me last weekend that I could talk about number 2 pencils and she would be in it. I fucking love her. I love her. So yeah, we're going to give it a shot. Email us, message us, reach out to us, tell us if you love it, tell us if you hate it. We're open to criticism, but we thought we'd try something new. We're going to read something called Daddy's Coffee, which is a piece of erotica that I found on my secret FetLife account. Check the comments for, not the comments, I guess check the description for the writer information if you're an erotica reader and you want to read more. And yeah, we're just, we're going to do the thing. So, Daddy's Coffee, presented by the Silver Foxes. What's on your mind, Daddy?
coffee kitten, fragrant, strong and hot.
With cream, Daddy.
Always kitten.
Standing in the kitchen in her well-loved Stones t-shirt and Daddy's boxer briefs hugging her bottom, she watched the water come to a boil. The cool blue light from the kettle in juxtaposition to the heat which had begun radiating from the water inside. She smiled, wondering if this was the intention of its design team, or if it was even given a thought when they had decided on the color of the little glowing LED lights at the bottom of the glass kettle. She loved how coffee had become part of their mornings together.
Notes on making Daddy's coffee. The vessel slowly warmed Daddy's vessel of choice just enough that is warm to the touch and ready for Daddy's use. Daddy may choose to do this himself or watch me do so for him.
Grind your coffee. Go for a finer grind if you want a sweeter, smoother cup of coffee, or a coarser grind if you're aiming for a satisfying, weighty coffee.
The pour. Saturate the grounds evenly with smooth, steady pour that will agitate and excite the coffee grounds.
Soak and stir. Let the grounds absorb the water. Stir with a few gentle motions around the top. And don't forget to pay attention to the sides before going all the way to the bottom.
Brew. Let the water extract from the grounds. Be patient. Allow Daddy to enjoy watching the grounds bloom.
Plunge. There really is no wrong way to push here. Just a simple, even push through of the filter down to the bottom. However, don't exert too much force, unless, of course, you want your coffee to splash.
Pour. Word to the wise. The flavor notes of your coffee will change if the cup cools. If at first you're not tasting what was intended, continue to brew the coffee a little longer.
The serve. Placing his cup next to her glass of water on the tray, she carefully carried them to the bedroom and placed them on the mirrored nightstand. Her coffee to be made and enjoyed later. Daddy's enjoyment was first and foremost on her mind.
She could feel Daddy watching her from under the hooded eyes as she shimmied out of Daddy's briefs and her t-shirt, slipping under the covers, snuggling, skin to skin, into Daddy's arms. "Your coffee is ready, Daddy," she whispered, with a gentle kiss to his neck. She couldn't resist adding a sneaky, cheeky flick of her tongue.
Daddy smiled and sat up as she placed the pillow behind him so that he could comfortably lean against the headboard of the bed. Leaning to the side to reach for Daddy's cup, he gave her bottom a playful squeeze, which sent a hot flush up her neck, coloring her cheeks. A blush was always readily available to Daddy, which always made her feel like a schoolgirl, but Daddy took much enjoyment from making her blush. He caught the defiant lift of her eyebrow. "That's going to cost you, kitten." Daddy smiled with devilish satisfaction, which of course made her blush even more. "Yes, Daddy," she whispered as she presented his coffee to him, palm up, handle first, her eyes drinking in his form as he sat bare-chested, cup in hand.
She loved looking at Daddy, his chest gently rising and falling. She delighted in the knowledge that she could make his breathing faster. She adored his lips, which were currently turned up into a slightly amused smile, and she basked in the knowledge that they would soon be on hers. The way his hand held the cup, how strong and patient and deft they were, arousing the notion that they could soon be warmly running all over her body. The way his eyes looked into her, and the way they changed from soft and caring to intensely powerful when he was filled deeply inside of her. They pierced into her soul, and she was left with no doubt that she was seen by him.
It was Daddy's expectant raised eyebrow which brought her out of her musings, and she slipped into Daddy's lap, reveling in the feeling of him pressing hard against her warm wetness. "Do you remember how Daddy would like to enjoy his coffee this morning, kitten?"
"Yes, Daddy. Ensconced deeply with your vessel of choice for today, self-warmed as Daddy watches, with a coarse grind and smooth steady pour, slowly, soaking and stirring the grounds, allowing them much time to brew before taking the plunge. I may only add cream once the coffee in Daddy's cup is finished, not before.
Perfect, kitten. And for that raised eyebrow earlier, I'm going to take my time finishing this delicious cup of coffee. All requests for cream will be denied until then. Do you understand? Yes, Daddy.
Then you may begin, my precious little wildcat.